a webinar funnel, a VSL, a low ticket offer, a self-liquidating offer, a sales call funnel. It's all quite confusing if you're trying to figure out which funnel is best for your coaching program and your high ticket services, agency offers. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how I've literally tested them all and break down which one is the best for you. Which, spoiler alert, there is no one best. It depends on your business model and what you got going on. All right. So if you're excited about this video, go ahead and type in funnel in the comments and let's get to it. Okay. So I wanted to start this discussion with courses, right? And low ticket offers, because I used to be, my main business model was course funnels, where you would have a registration page to a webinar with a countdown timer, and you would funnel people to a webinar that at the end sold your course and had one-time bonuses and a deadline funnel and all of that. Let's break that down. So first of all, if you have to first evaluate, like, what is your audience? Do you have a big one? Do you hardly have one? Do you have an email list? Do you have social media following? So what kind of traffic right now are you producing organically, right, on social media? If the answer is you have a huge audience and you have, hundreds of thousands of organic views coming to your websites and funnel pages, then this might be the model for you. And this model is where, as I mentioned, there's a registration page to a webinar. And if you don't call it webinar, you call it a free training, you call it a workshop. And there's so many webinar platforms out there. So many. I can't even think of one up the, like every webinar, right? There's a ton. But basically, you can create a page that says, hey, join this free webinar. It's about X, Y, and Z. You'll learn X, Y, and Z, who you are, have some testimonials on there. And then it could be a like live webinar. Like live meaning it feels live, it looks live, but it's really not. So people opt in, they pick a date and time, and it could be several dates and times, right, to get this person to watch the webinar immediately. The problem with webinar funnels is that people less and less are watching 90-minute webinars, okay, to purchase something. People don't have that kind of time. It's a very low percentage that people will stay to the very end and convert, like on a one-time, on a one-time swoop, one-time thing. It's very hard. So, but here's the thing: if it works, because it's just proven. It's a model that's worked. It worked for me. When my channel was producing hundreds of thousands of views per month, it worked very well. But the thing is, it's hard. It's a very complicated funnel to set up, and it's just hard because you have to have a lot of zaps and triggers and tags and people that attended the webinar and people that attended but left early, people that missed the webinar, and there's so many like respective email sequences that go with each action that a viewer or lead takes within this funnel. And the other thing too is this can be an evergreen funnel, which means you run it all year, every year, or it could be a launch. It could be launched, right? You can do the webinar live and have a registration page that points to a live date and time where you host this webinar, and then you can sell at the end. And then you could take that webinar and make it evergreen. So there's that. Whew, I just got tired talking about that because it took me I invested a lot of money to learn how to do this funnel, to learn what the structure is, the templates, making sure I crossed my T's and dotted all my I's. And so that's a great funnel. However, I do not recommend it if you have a very small audience, if you have limited time to learn how to put it together. It just doesn't make sense, okay? So what does make sense, I believe, for any business, any model, anything, is to put together a self-liquidating offer, aka a low ticket offer. What does this mean? Self-liquidating just basically means it's an offer that could be broken even on when you're running paid ads to it. So you have a low ticket offer between $20 to $80, something below $100, right? And that main little pocket offer has a bump offer, like, oh, hey, add this, whatever, to your offer, $27. And then it goes straight to an upsell, these afterwards are optional, right? Upsells, downsells, whatever. So then you get upsold. And by the way, one-time offer, grab this. You have this, but now grab this. And then they could either deny or add it to their cart. And you can have as many upsells as you want after this. So that's the beauty of it. But that is called a self-liquidating offer, because the idea is when you run an ad to this offer, like to a $27 product, you make your money back. You at least break even, or you profit, right? The sweet spot is you're profiting something from this self-liquidating offer. So if you're running $100 a day on ads, you're making $100 a day back in sales. And the sweet spot is you're making $150 a day. That's sweet. Or 200. That's a 2 ROAS. Anyways, so that's a great model for anything you are selling, right? In the coaching and course creator and agency service provider space, because there's 2 things that come with that. You have a buyer, a lead, but they become a buyer. You have somebody who's in your ecosystem who trusts you enough to buy your low ticket offer. Then now since they checked out with you, now you have their contact info where you can call them and be like, hey, how are the resources for you? Are you enjoying the mini workshop or whatever they bought? Is there any way we could help you? And then that could lead to booking a strategy call and upselling them into your higher ticket offers. So wherever you are in life, wherever you are in business, it's always a great idea to implement a low ticket offer. And don't worry about if you don't have these upsells right now, don't worry about it. Just sell something for a low ticket price. Okay. Just keep that simple, and you can add upsells later. The next thing is a VSL funnel, aka webinar funnel, to book a strategy call, right? This is what's currently working now. It's proven and it's amazing. And it's a much simpler funnel than the first 2 that I described. So a video VSL, aka video sales letter, I interchanged it with the word webinar. It's the same thing, a free training, right? But the difference here is it's way shorter than 90 minutes, right? It's maybe 20 minutes max. And it gives a lot more condensed information in a shorter amount of time. And it encourages the viewer to trust you enough to spark, enough curiosity so that they book a discovery call with you, which is then where you get on a call, and assuming you have sales training and you can do high ticket sales, that's where you close them into your program or your services or whatever the case may be. This funnel works. It works with cold and also organic traffic. Of course, this is going to convert higher when you're running this funnel with YouTube traffic, right? YouTube organic traffic and your organic traffic in general, because people are warmed up already. They've been watching your content. Maybe they've seen you for months. They've been following you for a long time. So this is a great way to always get people in your ecosystem and on booked calls is with this funnel. And the way that this one looks like is it's very simple. You have a landing page that has a hook at the top, your program promise, and it's going to say, opt in to learn more about how we can XYZ in X amount of time frame, or learn how you can produce this result without the pain point in this amount of time frame. So what makes it very high converting and attention grabbing is you're talking immediately about pain points, the outcome, and the time frame on that landing page. So then they opt in. Initially, they give you their name, email, and phone number. Phone number is optional, but I like to include it because I want quality leads that I will be able to contact. Okay. So then on the next page, that is your VSL page, right? Your video sales letter or your webinar. I'm a fan of that video being at least 10 minutes. I think that 5 minutes, 6 minutes is too short. I believe that the better understanding they have of what it is you can actually provide for them, the better. The more you explain, the more you objection handle, the more you nurture in that video, the better. You'll get better applicants, better responses in your application, and more shows, right? Way less no shows, because in general, with industry standard, you don't want to have more than a 20% no-show rate. If you do have higher than that, right, that's an indicator that either you need to make your application much stronger, or you need to make a better video sales letter, or both. All right, so that's that. So those are the main funnels. I mean, really, there's other ones that you can build, and there's ways that those core ones are remixed. I just want to say, like, they all work, and they've worked for me, and they're tried and tested. And so if you are, right now struggling between which one to build first, like to get sales in the door right now, to get people on calls, definitely I would go with the VSL/webinar structure and funnel. And yeah, you can have that implemented and up and running like within a couple of days, right? And start putting that funnel in the links in your YouTube description. Start encouraging people to book a strategy call in your videos, like in your content. Put it all over on your LinkedIn, on your Instagrams, your YouTube, especially YouTube, right? Hey, by the way, speaking of monetization and really ramping up those recurring revenue streams for your YouTube channel, I'd love for you to check out our YouTube Monetization Lounge. This is a super quick 4-workshop bundle with done-for-you assets, shared funnels, and I break down exactly the essentials of making more revenue without having to create tons of content on your channel. You see, with each of these revenue streams, affiliate marketing, automated marketing and sequences, digital products and mini course creation, and of course, building a giant email list from organic traffic, I've been able to create at least $100,000, if not multiple 6 figures with each of those mechanisms. And I break it down all in the Monetization Lounge. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'll leave the link in the description. And who knows, there might just be a one-time discount there when you go and visit the page. And by the way, like if you are wanting to generate clients and leverage your YouTube traffic right now, and you're kind of missing the pieces on why your channel is not scaling and producing more revenue for your business, download my Subscribers to Sales Blueprint. It'll be right here or the first link in the description. It's incredibly valuable, and it'll break down the systems we use to actually scale a YouTube channel for you to get more calls, and for you not to be spending 20 hours a week working on your channel. So definitely download that. And yeah, as I mentioned, just know, like, evaluate again where you are as far as audience wise, what type of budget you have available. If you have the budget and not a lot of time and not a lot of technical knowledge, I would definitely hire someone on Upwork, right? Someone on Upwork. There's tons of people on Upwork who can build you this funnel, get really crystal clear on what you want them to complete. So that way you can get this funnel up and running, or you can get it optimized if you're like, something's wrong. It's not, people are no-showing, it's not producing the quality booked calls. And then, as your demand for sales calls go up, you can then start to engage with hiring a closer or two to join your sales team and to help you convert people from, viewers to sales. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. Don't go away if you're still here. Make sure you watch the video coming up next. It's a really good video, and join me. All you got to do is click right here on this, and I will see you on that next video. Take care.